Hi, and welcome to Wednesday's show. Glad you're with me tonight. It's been a beautiful day in the neighborhood. It's been hard to enjoy, knowing what was coming, at least for some Kentuckians this evening. We topped out at 88 degrees here in downtown Sayersville. Personally, I took what few moments I had to be able to be out of the office today and went home and tried to, batten down a few hatches and things of that sort. And we'll have to spend the evening doing so as soon as I wrap up. But it is all pale in comparison to what Western Kentucky is bracing for. I'm not sure how you prepare for the forecast that they are getting. Its descriptions are unlike those that you rarely ever give for anyone in Kentucky. But those words and cautions are to be heeded, I most certainly hope, by everyone in that part of the world. And as well, Central Kentucky can't be ruled out. Lexington, checking on Andrew, I will be, and many of you checking on your loved ones. And I think that's where we should all perhaps put our focus for the course of the evening. I will talk about your weather, but I as well will have local headlines before I wrap up the show right after this. Every season brings its own challenging driving conditions and some more than others. Stay up to that challenge at Conley's. Check out their monthly specials on the best tires. Their $35 computer diagnostic and over 30 years of brakes and oil and maintenance to keep you rolling. Conley Tire in Staffordsville and ConleyTire.net.
At Big Sandy Healthcare, every patient is seen as an individual deserving of respect, compassion, and top quality care. For us, it isn't about who they are or where they come from, but about the dignity and the care that they deserve. Our commitment goes beyond simply treating diseases. We tackle food insecurity, transportation problems, and other barriers many of our patients experience that hold them back from living fuller, healthier lives. At Big Sandy Healthcare, that's what sets our organization apart.
SMB is proud to stand with you with what might be your very first and definitely last checking, savings, retirement, even Christmas Club account, along with consumer, auto, mortgage, business loans that you can easily manage from anywhere in the world with safe, secure mobile and online banking that comes from over 120 years of commitment to your financial life and well-being, today, tomorrow, and forever. Sayersville National.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Get personal with new jewelry collections from Soul Stacks and more at the seasonal shop, with new spring arrivals every week. Arrive and hydrate in style with Brewmate's new Brew Tank and the full color collection of cups and mugs. And come smell for yourself why Tyler's glamorous detergent sprays and soaps are hard to keep in stock. And if it's Easter you're thinking about, there's all kinds of ways to stuff anyone's basket of any age at Frazier's Prater Drug Seasonal Shop in downtown Sayersville.
Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood, the dynamic duo from television's Whose Line Is It Anyway, are coming to town, and they're asking for trouble.
Our show is completely made up.
Prepare for a side-splitting interactive extravaganza as these improv wizards hit the stage, serving up a night of unscripted comedy gold.
It sounds like a big waste of time and a lot of money.
It is.
Don't miss Colin Mockery and Brad Sherwood. Catch them on Sunday, May 18th at the Mountain Arts Center. Get your tickets today at macarts.com.
On a prior weather-related note, just days ago, tornadoes touching down in parts of Kentucky, while the National Weather Service has been busy on the ground assessing other areas, including Floyd and Pike, where what appeared to be a tornado left behind significant damage in some areas. The National Weather Service in Jackson, Kentucky, along with the Pike County Emergency Management, conducted a damage survey this week following the storms, a survey beginning in Floyd County going northwestern to Pike, and damage found was indicative of straight-line winds and not a tornado. However, those straight-line winds peaked from 90 to 100 miles per hour. There was some rotation aloft associated with this thunderstorm that intensified the rear flank downdraft wind, which is Straight line winds focused on the south side of the circulation. A fairly wide swath of straight line wind damage occurred with this storm. However, a more narrow and scattered corridor of intense damage took place. The more concentrated damage started on an east-northeastward facing hill between Wright Fork, Beaver Creek, and Brush Creek. Tree trunks were snapped, uprooted. Downhill damage was done to an open garage building at a home on Brush Creek. And then more significant damage happened in Floyd County at the Board of Education off of Highway 550. The wind that blew open the steel doors, and then that same air escaped through the northwest portion of the gymnasium roof, blowing out a substantial section. And then further east, more intense damage occurred in western Pike County, just west of the Broad Button area. Wind damage continued east and northeast from there. Damage sustained at an older office building between National College Boulevard and Sunset Drive just off of 23. Debris was blown downwind towards 23. A semi-trailer just north of Highway 23 was pivoted and turned by the wind in a similar direction. In other news, I guess the saying could apply here: if at first you don't succeed, try again. A woman, either previously or from Johnson County, conflicting addresses per multiple arrest citations, got booked not once, but twice into the Big Sandy jail. Yesterday, the first time, staying for a number of hours, being released on her own recognizance, and less than 3 hours later being taken back on much more serious charges of assault of a police officer. The timeline is as follows. Around 1:40 yesterday afternoon, the Paintsville Police Department responded to Boyd Street after there was a complaint there from a person whose residence had company over that they didn't want. They wanted Jennifer E. Trimble out of the house, and she refused to leave the residence, saying she just wasn't doing so and was not going to leave, and did so after being arrested by Paintsville PD and charged with criminal trespassing in the third degree. That was around, again, a little bit before 2 o'clock. At 8:21 that evening, she was released on her own recognizance thereafter. And then just a little more than 3 hours later, the Johnson County Sheriff's Department says they had a deputy on patrol who was told of a female inside the Wendy's restaurant lobby who was belligerent and cussing and cursing and making a big scene. And after they responded, she appeared to be very belligerent, started cursing at the officer, and tried to walk away screaming, and then was obviously turned to be extremely under the influence, instructed to stop several times, refused to do so, and then turned toward the officers in a threatening manner with an ink pen in her hand, threatening police. She was taken to the ground, placed in handcuffs, but continued to fight, kick, scream, and carry on, saying that she herself was a law enforcement officer. In all, she was taken back to the Big Sandy jail, where she still remains, second time in just less than a few hours, this time charged with public intoxication of drugs, disorderly conduct in the second, resisting arrest, impersonating a police officer, assault in the third degree of a police officer, and menacing. Still a lot of news to cover, but right now let's cover tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau calendar. The Water into Wine Food Pantry has 2 more dates this month of April. Their first regular commodity day was today. Their next will be Wednesday the 16th. Senior commodity day will be Thursday the 17th. Be sure to always have your pantry card ready. And remember, new hours, it's 8 till 10 for their spring hours, 8 till 10 instead of 9 to 11. Don't forget the McGoffin County Spring Cleanup Campaign starts next week, starting Monday for District 2 residents in McGoffin County. It starts next week as well and runs all 3 weeks for the city of Sigersville. Don't forget 4-H Camp, June the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Kids can't wait. Lifelong memories and fun, and $75 is the fee. And if you need to make some payments on that, they'd love to help you make sure that you do and get your kids to 4-H. Call the Extension Service 349-1236 if you have any questions. And from there, a quick reminder. This is how you get announcements like these on the show. Going to funeral service announcements, I have a change tonight that's been made to a memorial service honoring Calvin Neal Adams, 83 of West Carrollton, Ohio, formerly of McGoffin County. He passed away back in January at the Kettering Medical Center. He's survived by his wife, Rose, and his stepson, Benjamin. Here in Sigersville, his brother, Coach Danny Adams, and nephew, Neil, as well as nieces Jane Adams and Hester Adams Hobson, and a host of family. A memorial service was set for this Saturday in his honor, but due to the weather, it has been moved up to next Saturday, the 12th, same time and place, 1 o'clock at the Bradley Free Will Baptist Church. And in lieu of flowers, the family has requested that donations be made to the Bradley Free Will Baptist Church in his honor and memory. And services have been set for 65-year-old Jack Rome of Jim Arnott Branch. He passed away Sunday at his home, the son of the late William and Janet Holcomb. William Rome and Janet Holcomb Crawford. His sisters Jerry Allen, Donna Clancy, and brothers Bill and Paul Rome preceded him in death. He's survived by his wife Kathy, as well as daughters Cassie Thompson and Brittany Williams, Ruby Engel, sons Joel Gordon, Michael Carlson, Jack Rome Jr., Matthew Shane Howard, Michael Howard, 17 grandchildren, and a host of family. A memorial service remembering Jack Rome will be held this Saturday the 5th at 6 o'clock. From there is Hope Ministries on Jim Arnott Branch. And before we go to break, services were held earlier today for 30-year-old Tyler Alexander Barnett of Far Middle Fork, who passed away on Saturday, the son of Kelly Ray Barnett and Lisa Mae Shepard Reisner. He's survived by his 3 kids, his wife, and a host of family. Tyler, as of late, becoming a very proud member of the Magoffin County Rescue Squad and was given last call rights before going to his final resting place.
Magoffin 911, Magoffin Rescue 181. Magoffin 911, Magoffin Rescue 181. Magoffin 911, Magoffin Rescue 181. This is the last call for Magoffin County Rescue Squad Unit 181, Tyler Barnett. A big man with an even bigger heart and a love for helping others in their times of need. Rescue 181, your dedication to the citizens of Magoffin County will never be forgotten. Matthew 5:4. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Magoffin County Rescue Unit 181 will be 10:10 for the final time at the Family Cemetery on Kendall Joseph Road in Royalton, Kentucky on April 2nd, 2025 at 12:16. Rest easy, 181. Your brothers and sisters will take it from here. Dispatch clear.
If you're getting together to cheer on the Cats and catch the NCAA tournament, do it with a big party platter from Lee's. 40 crispy, spicy buffalo wings, 8 big juicy breast strips, a dozen double dippers, and 10 fried pickle spears. Just $54.99. But if you make your best play by calling in the day before, it'll be hot, it'll be ready, and you'll save $5. Only at your Salyersville Lee's Famous Recipe.
My name is Don McFarland, and I have been an attorney in Eastern Kentucky for over 30 years. This is my son, Max McFarland. I'm very proud of Max. He is incredibly intelligent, a hard worker, and is graduating from law school this spring. Max will take the bar exam this summer.
We are a family and we treat our clients like family. Bigger law firms are not always better law firms. There is no substitute for experience, personal attention, wisdom, and knowing who your attorney is.
When you have any legal needs, come see us, and we will personally represent you, and we will put our experience and energy to get the results you need.
If you have been in a car wreck, injured on the job, in need of Social Security disability benefits, or have any legal needs, come see us and let us take care of you. Call us at 349-9000.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
For whatever reason, if your working days are over, don't do anything before you meet Grover. Social Security, disability, SSI, work injuries, wear and tear, and hearing loss. 888-9-GROVER. With spring comes sniffles and sneezes from that pesky fine powder from plants. Pollen, one of the worst words ever. You could try to limit your time outdoors, but that's really not an option for most of us. So talk to the pharmacist at Parkway Pharmacy and make a plan for personalized solutions for allergy and asthma relief today. In our last headline tonight, before going to your weather, the former Magoffin County State Police Trooper and Magoffin County educator and teacher who was found guilty days ago in Johnson County on a case mirroring charges he's still facing here in Magoffin County of sexual abuse, rape, and victim under the age of 18, had a pretrial conference earlier today in Letcher County, this being heard by Special Judge Kraft, during which there was no plea agreement reached, and a jury trial has been set in this Magoffin County case, which will be heard in Knott County before Special Judge Kraft. Again, that jury trial set for June the 16th. And as we get ready to spend the last few moments on the weather forecast, I urge everyone to continue to keep your eye on the weather after this program and through the overnight. For us, we still look to be much so on the lighter side of things. But for anyone like myself who has friends or family in other parts of Kentucky, Lexington, and most definitely any that have any westward, well, that's where our focus needs to be. Most all computer models are sticking pat with anywhere from 10 to 12 inches, maybe even more, of rainfall in parts of western Kentucky, as this very strong line moves to the east and to the north, moving north rather sharply, which will hopefully keep it with a lessening effect, I should say, for eastern Kentucky more in a second. Rainfall estimates right now from the National Weather Service from 8 tonight through Monday have us on the lighter side of things, anywhere from basically 1 to 3 inches on the very lightest of predictions. I think 3 to 5, which is where I've been pretty much all week, is still a pretty good number, but I also think that there's less of a chance now of it being 5 inches for the viewing area than what we had 24 and 48 hours ago, and that is a good thing. It's going to be over the course of several days. Even 5 inches, which we don't need, over the course of several days is doable here in Magoffin County and the viewing area, as we've sadly become accustomed to it. But this is what we're talking about. A very strong cold front that's coming, and once it gets here, it's going to kind of slow down, and this whole system is going to stall out, and it's going to give the chance for repetitive, continued showers off and on 4 days, and that's what could add up to several inches of rainfall. And none of this that I'm saying is a guarantee. Obviously, it is the weather, and it is a very potent system. Keep that in mind. Keep in mind that for the viewing area, I think it's going to be after midnight or after, I should say, when this front will get through, and we'll see the brunt of this first line of showers and storms, the biggest probably, hopefully, but it is eastern Kentucky that looks to be on the lighter side of things. Again, western Kentucky is certainly in the crosshairs. They are calling this a PDS, a particularly dangerous system. I've never even used those words on this show, and have only known of them to exist because it is the worst for a Category 5 warning high risk that you can essentially have, and that's what western Kentucky is under. They will have a very significant, if not a very likelihood, of seeing a tornado or tornadoes from this system. The probability is amazingly high. So keep that in mind. As far as how it's shaking down for the forecast in your 7-day powered by Licking Valley RACC for the viewing area, 66 tonight. Again, we topped out at 88 degrees today. All that heat was wonderful, but it didn't help a thing. Southerly winds 7 to 24 miles per hour. We saw the highest gust right now at 28 here in downtown earlier today. I had the revelation I've been trying to, sometimes I miss the things in front of me. I've been trying for weeks or months now to think where I could put another weather station so I can more accurately clock winds, which I know I get sheltered readings here in the Sagersville area downtown because of the the businesses and buildings and structure, and then thought, well, Lee's famous recipe. So look forward to that coming in the future. We'll have some other monitoring devices up on the Parkway, which will give us some better readings. Nevertheless, 66 tonight. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms to the tune of 80%. Again, it's after midnight or after, I should say, that I expect that we'll see them tonight. 75 and 80% chance tomorrow. Friday, 81 and 80% chance of showers and storms. Saturday, some sun, mid-80s still, and a 40% chance of showers and storms. Sunday, 68 and 90% chance of showers and storms. Monday, we're back down to 56. Tuesday, we're back down to 49. Then we're back down to below freezing as well. We'll have a few frosty mornings at the tail end of your 7-day. But between now and then, it is going to be an all eyes on your weather forecast and current conditions. As Western Kentucky under a high risk, they are already under a tornado watch. We will be seeing watches and warnings of all kinds come up throughout the overnight. Thunderstorm warnings, I'm sure, most assured we will see. And that will be long after some of us are asleep, probably not myself included. So either before you go to bed, or if you're going to stay up late, keep your eye on changing conditions, and let's all try to make sure that we're all safe and sound. And if you pray or have thoughts of that nature of any kind, I suspect we should all keep those in Western Kentucky in them. Again, stay safe and stay tuned to Your News Today. I'll be back here tomorrow evening with our next show, and I hope you are as well. Good night, and thank you for watching.